What's up guys, MJGB here, bringing you another Call of Duty gameplay commentary. Now, I finally got round to doing the dual com with my girlfriend, so if you'd like to introduce yourself, please tell us a little bit about your gaming habits.
Okay, so I'm Zoe, and I like the sort of games I'm into is like Crash Bandicoot and Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm kind of a retro gamer, I like platforms. So.
Now, for all the people watching this for the Call of Duty videos, do you love COD?
No.
Yeah, she's shit.
I like the zombies game, but that's about it.
That'll do, it's not too bad for a woman. No sexist remarks needed. Anyway, today guys, we wanted to talk about, would you stay with me if... So I know it doesn't really make any sense, but we were basically talking about what would happen if we, became fat, or if one of us became disabled, if I went bald, stuff like that, and how the other would react to it. Because it's something that most people in, relationships, or in life generally, will have to go through. They'll have things that will change about them, and then whether or not their partner will stick with them throughout. Because would you stick with me if I was fat, bald, and quite ugly?
Well, like you said, your family's half of them, the men on the side are all bald, and your dad is, so you're guaranteed to probably start receding. So would I stay with you if you were bald?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it'd be weird. I'd stay with you because I'm not that shallow, but it'd be weird.
See, it's one of them things, it was in the news. For people who didn't know, there was a model TV person called Katie Piper, and she had some falling out with her boyfriend, and then this said boyfriend told his mate to go and throw acid in her face. Not the best way to keep a relationship alive, had a bit of a spark, but she's now, disfigured, she got burns and stuff like that. And I had a little argument with a particular person about a comment she made saying that this girl was beautiful. So I asked her whether or not that was because... You remember this argument, don't you? So it was asking her whether or not she would think that if she didn't know about a backstory, whether or not she would be... she's just biased because she knows what the girl's been through. Because obviously, my first thought when seeing this girl who's disfigured, and I'm sorry if it sounds mean, but I didn't think, oh, she's beautiful, because... Well, she's got a disfigured face because of the burns. It's not her fault, but that's just the way that I look at it. I don't think she's beautiful. Did you think that when you saw her?
Well, when I saw her, I thought she was saying that she had the way she looked after the burn, she looked really bad, but after all the surgery she's gone through, she looks a lot better. But I wouldn't say beautiful, but I say she's pretty, but I wouldn't, again, if I was a lad, I wouldn't think, oh, she's attractive in that way.
Because the way that I look at it, if you know her backstory, if you know what happened to her...
Personality.
No, but if you know about, oh, she was burnt because, her ex-boyfriend had the little tiff and stuff like that, then you appreciate, right, well, she's attractive, she's been burnt in the face, it's an unfortunate accident, stuff like that. But when you just look at her from the offset, if you don't know anything about her, you don't know what's happened, then you are... It's like a prejudice of the whole population that we're a bit, mean towards... people who don't fit the stereotype of beauty. But it's like if I ran into you in the street before we were dating and stuff, and you might have been disfigured or something, as bad as it sounds, I probably wouldn't have found you attractive, because that when you're looking for a partner or somebody to date, you're looking based on the aesthetics, the looks, the appearance.
Whereas if it was now...
Whereas if it was now, if you got burnt in the face now, or if you got fat now, or something like that, obviously I know who you are. It's more than just a physical, attraction. There's obviously the emotional mushy shit, but you would stick with them because you know the person underneath. It's not purely physical, whereas when it comes to if we were before the dating, we would be very much prejudiced towards appearance. So my thought is that, I don't know, as long as you didn't become morbidly obese or something like that, then I'd stick with you through.
So would you say if it was morbidly obese, and if you started getting fat and piling on the pounds, what would you do?
I'd probably eat with you. That's the way. It's the way I roll. But no, but it's one of those things that there's never going to be. You're not going to go from the size you are to 20 stone in 2 weeks. There's going to be a gradual thing. Yeah. So you'd be able to pick up on the signs and stop it. So I can't really see anything like that. But what about... The more pressing matter would be with me, because neither of us, we're both very slim, so there's not really a chance of us going fat, unless, there's a guy at uni who told me that once he hit, 24, he just podged up, and I don't want to look like him, because he's a bit chunky, yeah. But the pressing matter is probably the baldness, because both sides of my family, the men are all bald, which doesn't bode well for me.
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. But obviously, you've said to me if I shaved my head or anything, you wouldn't find me attractive. So what about if I went bald? Would you find me attractive? Or are you shallow? Are you shallow?
I don't know, like, if you shaved your head now, I'd find you less attractive. But it's one of them, like, if it naturally happened and you just naturally were bald, it'd be one of them, it'd be hard to get used to. And if you looked well bald, so if you could pull it off sort of thing. But, yeah, personally, I don't like bald people, especially with the veins showing in the head.
Do I have a veiny head?
I don't know. You're not bald.
Right, something else that, which is probably fitting to put it into this, like the would you stay with me if. So with cheating and, you know, the whole, you always see it on like Jeremy Kyle and shows like that, Jerry Springer for you American folk, where people have like come on, they've cheated on the partners and they're like, oh, give me a second chance. It was like a one night stand, we were on a break, whatever. What's your thoughts? What in your eyes is cheating? What's the smallest possible thing that you would define as cheating? And what would you be able to forgive me? Just so I know what I can get away with.
Right, so the thing that, it's the smallest thing, but it's still bothering me, would probably be flirting. So, like, if you just obvious flirting, like, and even your friend, like, calm down, I'd probably be a bit naffed off. I wouldn't end it, but if it happened, like, quite often, then I'd be a bit, well, is he cheating on me, or is he like kissing them or anything like that?
I can't flirt, so there's not really an issue there.
But like as well, kissing, if you kiss another girl, I wouldn't like it myself, because then if I kiss you, I'd be like, in my head. Yeah,
I can think of more extreme versions of what
well,
you
yeah,
would do,
well,
in
if
which case kissing you would be like,
yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, well, if you slept with someone else, I'd probably kill you.
Why?
Because it would be
open relationship.
No,
Monogamy is dead. I'm not into that. No, wait. I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yourself, what would you do then if I kissed another guy?
Well, as the big bulky 6'3" boxer in me says, I'd beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then beat the shit out of you. No, I wouldn't do that.
No.
No, I'd leave you. I'm very much one strike and you're out. I'm not really big on forgiveness. I don't do that.
So, whereas if it was me and you did kiss someone, I don't know whether I'd be okay with it, or, well, I won't be okay with it, but I wouldn't.
It depends. You want to go give your dad a kiss in a weird, like, non-incesty way, then that's fine. That's all fine. If it was like, it depends on who it is, because you know how if you go to like a family party, there might be.
I'm not gonna go around kissing everyone.
But like a friend of the family, you know, like who. It's not like your uncle. But
I wouldn't
like,
kiss them though.
No, but it's like
that's
no. But it's like, you know, the fake uncle. And
fake uncle.
No, but the one who your parents are like,
yeah.
Oh, that's your uncle yeah. Greg or something.
It's just a friend.
But like, say
friend.
if somebody like that came over, gave you a peck on the cheek or something like that, that's all cool.
But I'm talking about
if you like reciprocated with somebody else and like giving them a peck on the cheek, depending on who it was.
I'm not gonna snog my fake uncle, am I?
But
it'd be a bit weird. Family
something like that, that'd be all right. But obviously, on the lips is a bit weird because. Yeah. I mean,
like grandparents, I wouldn't. Or mum and dad, I would never kiss my mum and dad on the lips. No, I think that's weird.
Yeah. If you think purely filthy minded, think where them lips have been. You don't want to kiss that, do you? Don't give me that face. But yeah, there's not really any excuse really for kissing another person.
No. Even if it was a fake uncle, it'd just be a peck. So that's not anything. But again, I wouldn't just peck a guy in the cheek, even if I was a friend of them. It's not like. You'd maybe a hug, but not a peck.
Yeah, so like hugging mates and stuff like that's alright. No. We've got that sorted then. No. Don't do nothing, I won't do nothing. Revenge cheating. Anyway, I think we should kind of wrap this up. We're moving about the 10-minute mark. This is the zombies gameplay that we're playing. We're playing on the very first map, Nacht Der Untoten. And I think I'm the top gameplay at the bottom.
One,
I'll put the annotations on, so you should be able to see anyway. But this is the first part, as you can tell, because we're kind of cutting it in the middle. But it was just, because she doesn't really play COD too much, and it's kind of like one of the first proper attempts at zombies, so it's not too bad.
Too bad.
So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then you can like it, comment, bump it if you're on the Respawn Army app, or do whatever. I'd like to thank you, Zoe. Subscribe, yeah, if you haven't already. Thank you, Zoe, for agreeing to do this, because I know how much you love geeking out with your boyfriend.
No problem.
And until next time, guys, please do take care.